Okay, here how it is. This is episode 11. So if you guys have rocked with me through 10 episodes, you know I like to talk about a lot of different things. And I was just reviewing some of the episodes, and I was thinking, I mean, I don't know if anyone like really even gets it. Like, there's like a bigger picture here, right? There's just bits and pieces, dude. When I was a little kid, I used to talk to God a lot. I went to church all the time. I went to Catholic school, went to church a couple times a week, and then on Sunday, religious school. I even had a thing called Atrium, where it was like a Montessori for Roman Catholic. So I know a lot about the Bible and about parables and things. And Jesus used to talk in parables because the kingdom of heaven is so complex that it's too much to even imagine that you have to break it down to parables. So he had to break it down in parables to the people. And I like to break down parables because, they're cool. I mean, when I was a kid, I think I'm going to lose some of you guys right here, okay? Just to let you know, this is a warning, right? If you're not ready to take both pills at the same time, just stop playing right now, okay? That's your warning. Before I lost my virginity, I used to astral project. And I used to fight demons. A lot of demons. There are a lot of them out there. They're big and they're strong. But I could fight them. Cause I knew, God had my back. And it wasn't like that for a long time. I would sleep and I could just go different places. It was just like every night was like a journey. I would go places, see people, do things. And then when I was about 13, my homeboy thought it'd be fun to hook me up with this chick. She was 16. She just really wanted to pop my cherry. And I had just met her, and I didn't want to. I mean, technically, I got raped. Is that weird to say as a guy, Guy got raped. Well, I was 13. I didn't want to do it with her. But she was there, and I was high. What are you gonna do? My homeboy set up, because I was too goofy to get a girl, right? He wanted to, let me do that, and then she was messing with other dudes at the same time. It was just not a good first experience, right? Heartbroken from the start. From the get go, I was fucked. So, that's why I lost it. Virgin's blood. No more astral projection. No more battles. Then I started to find my battles in the real world. Battles on the football field, battles in the classroom, battles in the streets. I see a lot of battles. The shots at the OK Corral with the famous shootout at OK Corral with what was his name, Doc Holliday and Wyatt Earp. They shot 38 shots. Man, I seen some nights we shot hundreds of shots. Craziness. I seen people get shot. I seen human flesh coming out of someone's body. I seen a guy with his arm broken in 5 places because the bullet traveled and jacked his shit up. He survived though. I don't think he can throw a left punch though. I think he survived. I don't know. It's a long time ago. That's crazy in Phoenix. It was like back in the day, you turn 18, you go to the gun show, right? Get an SKS. Maybe you had some money, bought an AK, right? But who had money? We were all kids. I bought my first gun off this guy. I'm not going to name names, but he had acquired it at a gun show, and he shot a lot of guns. He was a Mormon dude. Mormons are kind of preppers, and he had a lot of guns. I bought a few guns off of him, actually. It's legal, legal transfer. Yeah, rifles, man. I had rifles. I had a Mac 11 once. I had my I can't say how I got it, but let's just say there were family members involved and girlfriends involved fronting the money. Got me a Mac 11. That was crazy. I had the 30 round magazine, and I used to wear it in my Genco jeans with the gun on one side and 30 round magazine tucked inside my belt so when it pop out. I used to walk into parties like that. Oh my gosh, what an idiot! You know how I toted that? Because at the time there was a law in the books that if you had a note from your parents, you could tote a rifle because it's like hunting. So we loosely applied that to my Mac 11. Thanks, Dad. He kept me out of jail. It worked. Just got the gun confiscated. Yeah. One time I loaned a gun. Okay, I acquired another gun through a family member, which I'm surprised he even talks to me after this all this. But it was a little 32 automatic. It was a Bryco. I was like 13, right? I was 13 or 14. I had a freaking 32 automatic in my pants. You know, I think I used to ride the bus in Phoenix with a 32 automatic with hollow tips because I was going to the south side and see some shady chick. I didn't know if I was gonna get jumped. Yeah. No, it's Phoenix, man. When I was a kid, I used to see guys toting guns all the time. Now, not so much. I think a lot of people can still carry, you know. But getting back to the whole demon thing, even though I stopped astral projecting, I see ghosts. I see them a lot. One time, we were at my friend David Sines' house, and his parents were living on like 32nd Street in South McDowell. And his older brother, had a baby already. Teenagers having babies. And one night we're sitting there, I'm spending the night, and Russell runs in the room. His face is so white, and he is freaked out. Like literally freaked out. And he says, "Oh my God, David, come get the baby." Right? And David's like, "What the fuck?" And so me and David both run to the room, and I shit you not, the Venetian blinds were closing and opening by themselves. And there was no wind, okay? It was dead still, and there was something opening and closing the blinds, and the baby was just like tweaking out, like somebody was trying to get it. And David was scared shitless, and so was I. And David said, "Go get the baby." And David, I got your fucking nephew out of there. We got out of there. And so that was a ghost that I saw one time. I got 1 minute. So then there was this other ghost. My grandfather was a real estate investor and had a lot of property. So when I got my ex-girlfriend, ex-wife, pregnant, and we got married, and he helped us out with a place to stay. Well, the house that my ex-wife chose happened to be a storage house and was not used for a long time. Built in 1911. And we may run over this time, but hold on with me. Okay, so my grandfather, because he liked her, he thought she was a good person, and she is, built the house for us, re-renovated it. So we lived in this nice brownstone house, and had a nice porch, and, I was able to grow some garden there. And I had a nice little room in the back. I put an AC in and, work out, and we bought some workout equipment, and we were living our life and made more babies. But there was a ghost there. And at first, it was like I'd be in the front, maybe I was smoking a J in the front. I'd hear the ghost say, Gabriel, in Deanna's voice. Gabriel. And I would say, run to the back, as the kitchen was in the back of the house. Run to the back, and I say, what is it, Deanna? And she said, well, I didn't call you. I go back to the front. And 5 minutes later, she run up to me, and she says, what is it, Gabriel? I said, well, I didn't call you. And what it was is there was a ghost that lived in the attic. And it would call us by each other's voices. And it would do other things. It would move the remote. It would hide stuff. Like if you needed your keys, it would hide them all the time. But I wonder if that ghost never left. Because when my son raps, he raps about the ghost that comes after him. And even in when we let's see. We we moved out of that house because my grandfather said, "Hey, you need to pay rent and you need to move out." We moved out. I bought a house on 71st and Hess. I seen a ghost in that house. I seen like an actual ghost like run through the room there, and we had a lot of bad time in that house. I mean, we had a bad hard marriage. It was up and down. And then we moved to another house in the Australian Mountains, and that sucker was haunted too, for sure. And that was a house where my son didn't want to stay in his own room, even though it was a 4-bedroom house. He would stay with his brother because he was always afraid of the garage. Like there's something in the garage, you know, the ghost that comes after him. So I wonder about that. It was the same ghost from that old house or whatever, or something that caught us along the way. So, yeah, goats are real. I've seen them. So you gotta watch out. You know, and this is gonna run over by a couple minutes. It's not gonna be 9 minutes. It's gonna be, I don't know how long it goes, but check it out. You have to realize that we are humans with a body. We have a spirit and a body together right now. There are infinite number of spirits that exist right now that don't have a body. Infinite number of good spirits and bad spirits, positive and negative. So, when you have these thoughts that you say, well, that's not like me, it probably isn't you. It's probably the spirit that wants to hijack your body and go for a ride. Okay? So keep that in mind. Think about what you're doing. What's your thoughts and what's someone else making you think? You know, we're programmed every day. Oh, I gotta have a Mercedes. Oh, I gotta have a fat chain. Oh, I gotta have a nice house. Programming to be consumers. Right? What are you consuming? Are you eating good food? Are you watching good things on TV? Are you listening to good music? Are you spending a good time with your family? This is our playground time. This is the only time in all of eternity that you're going to have a body and a spirit together. You're going to spend a lot of time without a body. A long time. This is just like a fucking moment. Wake up. Wake up. Who is not awake? You can see them. They're blind like sheep. It's pitiful. I feel bad for them. And that's all there is. We are about a moment in time with a body and a spirit. Don't fucking waste it. Please don't waste it. That's the bigger picture.